This is part 2 to my last video. Yeah, so the last video I uploaded was kind of crazy. It's kind of different. It's like the first time on this channel where I made a video discussing how I feel and that I'm unhappy with something with the channel. Should I take my glasses off? I'm not gonna edit too much of this. Do I look better without them? I don't know. I think I'm gonna take them off. Sometimes it covers my eyebrows and looks kind of weird. But also, like I said in the last video, I look around a lot and I don't wanna, whatever. It's just the last weight on my face. Alright, so as you're gonna quickly know, this is gonna be not as edited as much. And for some of you, you'll be like, hooray! For the rest of you, you may not even notice the difference. Like all that with the glasses, I would normally cut all that out. 100% I would cut all that. I'm like, it doesn't need to be in the video. It's just stupid. But I'm going to keep it in the video. Just so you guys can get a feel of... Because like my last video, I didn't edit either, but it was more or less like I kind of knew what I wanted to say. So like I didn't really like edit what. Like I didn't really mess up. But like, you know, I'm going to be more... I don't want to say careless, but natural. So this video is going to be edited, so it should be, you know, a little bit louder. I might make some cuts here. You'll see why in a minute. But yeah, so I keep looking down, and no, I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm looking at a notepad. It's a notepad. So I thought you could see that on camera. I guess you can't. Maybe I should fix that. And it'll look a little less weird. I'm just doing this. This is going to be more of a raw video, so if you don't like that, then you can just not watch this video, because you're not going to like this. This is for the viewers that actually want to see my content and actually care, that you can stay. The rest of you then don't bother staying. Save yourself the time. Alright, so like I was saying in the last video, a lot of very unexpected stuff. Like I didn't upload for a month and all of a sudden I just dropped that, and then it was just crazy. I want to thank you guys for all the support though. I've been reading the comments. I've tried to reply to all of them, but I'm kind of slow. So give it some time. I'll eventually get to all of them. But thank you guys for the support. I pretty much smiled reading every single comment, so for every person that wrote a comment before this video, thank you. I mean, even after this video, thank you. But, yeah, I think I just kind of needed the encouragement more than anything else. I think that's what I was missing. I've been doing this so many years, and I just haven't gotten really much encouragement from anybody ever. That goes for whether, you know, in real life or online. You know, no one's saying, like, hey, you know, I really like this, keep doing what you're doing. I had one family member that was watching a lot of my videos kind of religiously. It was someone I worked on with fans, and he passed away in the summer, so that probably doesn't help. Because when I was uploading a video, in the back of my mind, I'd say, oh yeah, maybe my grandfather will watch this video. But, you know, or maybe because sometimes he would text me, say, oh, hey, good video. By the way, just so you know, to fix this thing you're having problems with, you can try this. And I don't have that now. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously, if any family is watching this video, I know that some of my family does watch my videos, but he was pretty consistent. And we worked on fans a lot. So I'm not saying anything like, don't feel bad for me. You don't need to like feel bad. I'm just saying, like, you know, I knew in the back of my mind, if a video got like no views, I knew like, okay, well, I know my grandfather probably watched it, you know, because he just, I mean, even when I would like visit and be over there at their house, he would like even have my videos on the TV, you know. So I just thought that was kind of cool, and we watch them together. So I think it's just like, now that that's not like that anymore, and I'm not saying like, oh, woe is me, or I'm not like that at all. I'm just saying now that that's not like that, you know, maybe this is going to be different now. Maybe that's kind of, you know, I don't get that. Like, I don't have that feeling of, oh, well, maybe he watched it. Well, no, I know he didn't because he's not here anymore. You know what I mean? So, whatever. So, let's talk about going forward. There's a couple of things. This video is going to be a really weird one. I have a lot to say. I have a lot on this list. It's basically the future of this channel for at least this year, because I don't want to go too far ahead. For those of you who actually care and you want to know more about my channel, and if you're curious to see what's going to happen, I would encourage you to watch the whole video the whole way through. I know I said I would do less editing, but if I really say something kind of pointless, I will cut it out. But so far, I don't think I'm going to cut anything out. And editor, you have my word. Editor is me, by the way. It's future me. I say editor as a joke, in case you don't know. Makes people think I have an editor, but I don't. It's myself. I have to say that because I guarantee you there's people out there that think I actually pay an editor. I say that in a lot of videos. It's like a joke in the channel at this point. Anyways. So in the video I talked about there was 4 videos in my editor, and it was holding me up and it was causing all these problems and all this negative things that I was saying. And by the way, if you didn't watch the first video, which is the one right before this one, you absolutely need to, because you're going to be so lost. You need to watch the first one for context, or finish watching it. Trust me, because I say a lot of things in that video that I'm going to reference and you're going to be like, what? Just go back and watch it and save yourself the time of being confused. There's 4 videos in that editor. There was the 47 restoration, the golden 47. There's 2 different ones now. Decorations, which is what's behind me. Then it was, what the heck was the third one? Oh yeah, my Galaxy. There was a video on that. I know another one. And yes, the blue bladed Galaxy. Yes, there was another video for that coming out. And then my Supreme ceiling fan broke, and that needed to be fixed. So those are the 4 videos. I'm going to talk about what's going to happen with those 4 videos, because you're probably not going to see probably almost any of them. I don't know yet. Now, the first one, that 47 I was talking about, that's just a regular restoration video, and I'm almost done editing it. I was going to scrap it because it was causing me so much harm. That was the video that was killing me, honestly. Like, if that video didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have made my last video. That 47 video was just killing me. It's the longest video I think I've ever made on this channel. And it's infuriating because it's like, all I did was restore a box fan. I've done that before. Why is it so long? I don't even know what I did different. So it's just like kind of frustrating. So I'm like, hurry up, get this over with. Like, why does this take so long? You know? And I don't know. Maybe it's probably because I started to be more careless with my videos. When I was recording, I would walk away and then I would just leave the camera running and say, oh yeah, I'll edit that out later. But when you do that so much, you have to cut every single thing out. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the editing, because I know almost everyone was telling me to basically stop editing to a degree. And I'm going to get to that, because that's a very important section of this video I'm going to get to. I might even put like timestamps in the description below, if YouTube will let me. Sometimes I do and they'll delete it for some reason. So if there's nothing there, you can blame YouTube. So that's that. The 47 video is going to be delayed. It's almost done. I'll release it whenever I feel like, because I honestly don't think anyone really cares to see that at this point. Maybe someone does, but it'll get released, because I'm not going to scrap it at this point, all the hard work that went into that. But mentally, I have to say that this video is not important anymore, because if I put that video as like a priority, I'm just going to stress myself out. So I can't do that. I need to just, say, okay, whenever I feel like it, upload it. Then I can just breathe. The decorations video for this, I need to still edit that, and I'm still going to upload it. And you're probably thinking like, oh, why? I need to mostly for myself. There are some things that I post on this channel that actually are for self-reference. So let's say in the future years when I go to decorate, and I absolutely was having a nightmare this year because I didn't record enough stuff last year when I did this. what I did is I recorded a video when I started decorating, and then by the time I was done, it looked completely different. And I was trying to do what I did last year, and I couldn't because I didn't show certain things, and it was just a total mess. You'll see why when that video gets released. So that's why I'm saying I'm not going to just scrap that video, because I'm going to just edit it and upload it. It shouldn't be too bad. It's not that long. I hope it's not. At this point, I don't even control my own videos anymore. But just for self-reference, I need to get that out. So that video will eventually be released. I'm not sure when, probably soon, because it would be weird to upload that in December when it's autumn decorations. So that's the first 2 videos. The last 2 you're not going to see, more than likely. So the Galaxy, what was that video? I'm going to just spoil it straight out. I got a variable speed control for my blue bladed Galaxy. It was a 1-speed box fan. The 1-speed is only high speed. I could never use the fan. I don't ever use high speed, ever. I never, ever. So it's really annoying because it's my rarest box fan and probably my coolest. And it's the box fan that made me famous on this channel. The only reason why anyone cared about me before was because they probably saw that video first. Because that video got a bunch of views when I uploaded it back in 2020, and then people were like, oh wait, this guy's got a serious fan. So the point of the variable speed was so I can get kind of a low speed out of it, and then now I can run it overnight. It's just, that's all it is. If you guys really want to see it, I will maybe spare the footage. If you guys really want to see that video, let me know. I will just hold on to it. Otherwise, because I don't think anyone else cares, I will just scrap it. Because I don't think there's any videos on YouTube of anyone putting a variable speed in a box fan that wasn't already there. So I think it would be kind of cool for some people, maybe. Or if someone has like a defective switch, or like, let's say the switch is broken and it only works on high or medium. And it's like, instead of getting a new switch, because finding a 3-speed switch for box fan now was like impossible. That fits the old ones. So you could just, variable speed upgrade if you want. I don't know. There's different things you can do. I'm not going to get into the logistics because this video will be too long. So that's that. My Supreme broke. Don't worry, I fixed it. I had to replace every single component in the fan. The capacitor, the reverse switch, whatever you can think of, I had to do it, pretty much. That video was 2 hours long. It's already done being edited. In fact, in the editor, it's done. I actually did it already, apparently. So the only thing is I'm not in a rush to upload it because at this point, like, again, I don't know if anyone actually cares. It's just a random ceiling fan that I had to fix and replace basic stuff that, it's just, I don't, again, 2 hours long. I don't really have a good reason to upload it. And I know it sounds like, well, I care, or it's like, it's hard for me to know that for sure when I go to upload a video, because it's like, some people might say that, but if no one keeps up with the channel, it's like, then I'm better off just not uploading the video at that point. At this point with the 4 videos, it's easier for me to just say either not important or don't upload it. So that's that Galaxy variable speed video. If you guys want to see it, let me know. The Supreme thing, I'm going to keep that video. I might release it, but when I say I might, it means like if I just don't upload for a while, I might drop it just to keep the channel from dying. So you may not even see that until like 2026. I don't know. So don't get freaked out over it unless I get every comment asking me to upload it, then I will. But other than that, it's going to be delayed heavily, if at all. So that's that. Let's see. I talked about a couple of things. Like, where's my pencil? I'm going to walk out of frame and not cut this out. So editor, you better keep this in there. Oh man, I hate that. Ew, it's like, I want to cut that out so bad, but whatever. All right, cross that off. Supreme repair, we already talked about that. Decorations video, we already talked about that. 47, we talked about that. I wrote something on here, but I don't even know what I wrote. Alright, the next thing is to uplift the video a little bit. I got 500 subscribers. That's cool. Figures, I make a video. I have a screenshot. I'll put it up on the screen right here. Other editor, right here. Screenshot. And zoom in if you need to. You can see that it was at 478, and then at the time I uploaded that video from then on, now it's like, what, 514 right now? Yeah, I got a lot of subscribers from that. It beats me. I make a depressing YouTube video and people want to subscribe. I don't know. That's so sad. I made more subscribers in a couple of days than I did an entire month from one video that was depressing and something I don't want to really make. It's just, I don't know, weird to me. So there you go. I talked about that. So thank you guys for 500 subs. See, I would normally cut that out, but people insist. They're like, no, keep it in there. We want to see it. Fine. For me, I'll get into that. I should actually write that down. Editing. So that's like a huge thing. That's that. Thank you again for 500 subscribers. I might do a special video. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm actually going to talk about the next thing that doesn't require this. And, yeah. I bought a second phone. I said I was going to do that. I did. Now you're probably thinking, what in the heck am I doing? I'm not going to get into all the details. Okay, I'm not going to get like too crazy. I have a lot of good reasons for this phone, for the channel specifically, and also I have other hobbies that are off the channel that I can use this for as well. And also if I want to record videos for like my family, like let's say opening Christmas gifts and stuff, it'd actually be cooler if I could have 2 different camera shots. Maybe I'm holding this phone and then this one could be on a tripod in the corner of the room and we can get like a full shot. And then as someone goes to open up a present, I can switch to this camera and like kind of, you know, you can see up close. But let's say someone does something funny in the background or whatever, or someone throws something and it hits something and it's funny or whatever, I can switch to the camera in the background. Like there's just a lot of reasons. If I want to make vlogs or if I want to make videos with a friend or something, I don't know, there's a bunch of things I could do. I could just hand someone this phone and say, okay, you record this, I'll record my part at the same time, play with it in the editor. If I want to use this for a microphone, I can do that as well. I'm probably not going to use that for anything besides maybe startup sounds. I might stick this behind a fan, record the audio while I'm recording the video, put the audio in the video in the second editor, and that way I don't have to go and capture a startup sound. I can just have it nicely done. That's a shout out to Spade for that idea. Except he actually has a real microphone and he knows what he's doing. I don't. I'm just spitting ideas, okay? I'm just spitting ideas. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do this, that, or the other. I'm just spitting ideas. The biggest thing I'm gonna use this for is like when I go to work on, like, let's say a ceiling fan on the desk right there. And I hate this. I don't know why I do this. I always put the camera right behind my shoulder and then I block the frame. Very irritating. And then I don't notice it till it's too late. Having this phone like on the side right there, like facing, this phone right here can face this way. Then this phone right here, the one recording, can be like over here, like far back. And then that way, like, I don't know, it's just nicer. I think it would add to the quality of my production. And I think it would help because sometimes I turn something a little differently. I don't realize it till the editor. You can't see a certain wire, or I have to zoom in on the editor and it gets blurry. Having another phone already close by natively to what I'm doing would be very nice because I can just, you can see what I'm doing without me having to zoom in and do all this crap. I can just switch cameras and it's right there facing exactly what I need to do. You know, whatever. I think it's a good idea. It wasn't that bad. It didn't really hit my bank at all. So, you know, it's not like I saved up money for years for this. Like, no, this is just a couple of paychecks and that's it. I'm good to go. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, what, blah, 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 because I'm going to get people that are going to say that probably. But, yeah, you know, it's cool. This is an iPhone 16. Probably should have said that. I got pink. You're probably like, why did you get pink? Well, it's the channel color, and then also, we'll probably never see another pink iPhone for another, like, many years. I'm an Apple guy, what can I say? I like this type of stuff, and I actually find this phone to be a little bit better for the main recording, like what this phone's doing. And then this phone is actually better for doing like the secondary shots. Another benefactor to having a second phone is storage, so I can actually edit and do everything on this phone, and then my regular phone can be fine. Or, like right now, this phone recording is full of storage because of those 4 stupid videos in the editor I was talking about. But let's say right now, let's say something crazy happened. Let's say a fan was about to die, or let's say a fan started a fire or something down here, like something I might want to get on video. Of course, obviously, I'm just making a scenario here. If something's on fire, obviously I would put it out first. But, or let's say, and I don't know, let's just say something happens, I need to record, and I can't because this is full, having a second phone available with space, I could say, oh, well, I'll just record this video on this phone mostly. And then I can immediately do that at hand. I don't have to worry about, hold on, let me make space on my phone first. Okay, that's that. Now most people would say, why don't you just get a regular camera and do it the other way? Well, then I got to deal with all the other crap that comes with that. I don't want to deal with that. That's also still expensive, so it doesn't matter. And some of them either have microphones or they don't. And if they do, it could be better than my phone, right? Let's say they capture the audio better, and then I go to put this in the editor to fix the audio on the phone so it's louder, and it's like I'm just mixing. I rather like these 2 phones, they both have the same microphone, they both record, everything's the same. So if I do any EQing or any audio stuff with the audio, I don't have to worry about, oh wait, if I use my DSLR camera, the audio is different with this, that, and the other. I don't know, I don't care. I'm just gonna do it this way because it works for me. And also the biggest thing is I can edit on a second phone. Like any camera that's physical, I can't do that. That's a very big reason why I'm using a phone, not an actual camera. And you could argue, okay, we'll get the microphone for like your shirt. Like I'm considering doing that, but that's just to refute the camera thing. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to have to mess with, SD cards and all the other nonsense. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they use today, if it's the same or not, but I haven't messed with any cameras in forever, but I don't know. For me personally, I like to use a phone. It's just, that's what I like to do. It fits better with my tripods as well, because I have a bunch of tripods for a bunch of phone attachments. That means if I were to get a regular camera, actually I think the regular camera would actually just fit right on there, but some of the tripods, not all of them though. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm not gonna sit there and just make all the reasoning. For me personally, by preference, I prefer to use iPhones. Great camera quality. Yeah, the microphone's quiet, but I'm not going to be lazy. I can just put it through the second editor. It's not that hard. It's just an extra step that's annoying, but if I do that, I can crisp up the audio and do a bunch of other cool things. So I'm not going to get into that because I don't care. That's that. There's the phone. I actually recorded myself buying this. I'll put that at the end of this video if you want to see that. I kind of vlogged it, and I think that would be cool to add it in. I was just going to put it all in this video because I'm not going to make a second video for that. But there you go. There's the second phone. Talked about that. Done. Next. Nerf videos. Most of you are not going to care about this, so I'm going to make it quick. I have a Nerf gun I got a long time ago. It's the Nerf Firefly. I haven't even worked on it yet or done anything. I was going to make a Nerf video at some point. I don't know if I will now. I want to because, and you could say whatever about the Nerf stuff. I don't really care. Just being able to record something else on the channel is nice. I get sick and tired of doing fan videos a lot. And the Nerf video, this channel started as a Nerf gun channel, not a box fan channel, just to remind some of you. So it's just, I like to bring that back once in a while because it was the thing that started my channel, and I want to bring that back a couple of times. Maybe some of you find it interesting. I don't know. That's what started my channel. My first couple hundred subscribers were, I'd say 100, 200 subscribers were probably from the Nerf gun videos mostly. Then my channel picked up from box fan stuff, which is weird. You'd think the Nerf guns would be more popular. So I'll actually talk about that more, why this channel even exists, because that's the reason, but I'll explain why, my inspirations. And it ties into the editing. We're going to talk about that next. I'll even circle it. Editing. A lot of you talked about this in the comments. And also Jordan Yu, shout out to him. He made a video for me, giving me advice. Thank you. I watched the whole thing. I agree with a lot of stuff. This video is kind of a response to that, but also kind of adding to my first video. So I'm going to primarily focus on the editing. I agree with pretty much everything he said. I'm not going to refute things that I agree with. But the editing is the one thing I'm going to explain. So you notice on this channel I do a lot of editing. And I'm not going to say if my editing's good or bad, but I do a lot of editing, a lot of cutting, okay? Some people don't like that, some people do. I grew up on the side of YouTube that was heavily edited. That's just the way it was for me. That's the way I want to do it. And also people there's other collectors that don't edit as much, which is fine. It's just, I want to be different and say, okay, well, here's like what's his name? The Super Fan Man. Like, he does very, very good production, very good editing, very good, like, I like his stuff. So it's like, how can I do something like that, but also still capture the essence of Jordan Yu that records raw footage and just the phone right there, or a camera, I mean, he doesn't use a phone. Camera right there, takes the fan apart, does, A, B, and C, and then that's it. There's nothing wrong with that, whether you edit or don't. I'm not gonna sit there and say one's inferior. It's basically just preference. But the reason for me why that's important, and I'm not saying that I'm not gonna do whatever. I'm gonna change my editing. Don't worry. That's why I'm trying to explain it. I'm just trying to like attack it correctly. This normally would take a bunch of different takes. This is my first try. This is my first take. I'm not going to sit here and try and perfect this. I want you guys to see how raw I can actually be. I'm going to just go right at this without any whatever. If I mess up or I sound stupid, I'm going to just have to suck it up. Because I want you guys to know that I'm trying something new. I'm trying to do something different. I want you guys to see that. So I'm going to just suck it up and not edit this video as much besides just the audio stuff, which is, nothing. But like if I put that iPhone video, I have to put that in here somehow. I have to do some editing. So I have two main inspirations for this channel. There's obviously other inspirations, but two heavily main ones. There's a creator on YouTube by the name of Coop772. This guy, he makes Nerf gun videos, and he's very, very, very high quality, like professionally recorded stuff. And he was like the biggest Nerf gun YouTuber because of his production, right? Because other people just did like kind of less editing, right? And this guy, he had multiple cameras, he did all the other stuff, did the fancy editing, and it was like, and I watched his videos since I was little, so it's like, I watched it, I'm like, dang, it's so cool, so good. So I grew up watching this guy, so I'm a little biased, right? That was my inspiration. I see very, very, very well produced videos. When I started my channel, my videos were not well produced at all. And I'm still trying to improve production, and I just want things to be nice and clean and just good, high quality. There's arguments against quality and quantity and all this, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to refute whatever. I'm just saying I personally grew up with the quality of stuff. I watched a lot of heavily edited videos. Right, I know some of you have been here a lot longer than I have, so you've seen the old YouTube days, which I still grew up on, by the way. I'm not that young. I'm old enough where I remember being little watching the fan videos first before the Nerf gun stuff, and I remember seeing what we have now, the 14-year-old, 15-year-old box fan and ceiling fan videos. Like whatever is there now is what I used to watch every day when I was really little. So it's like I saw that too, and I grew up on that too, and I also grew up on the Nerf gun stuff, and I just thought, like, what's the difference between the two? Like, one's Nerf guns, one's fans, nothing, whatever with that, but one's like, this guy was very high quality, and I just admired that. I thought that was cool. Like, I'm like, wow, it's almost like a TV show. I mean, obviously not that heavily produced. It was a one-man show. He did it all himself. He did all the editing. He did all the recording. He lived alone. He did all the same stuff. So I was like, I was like, man, like, I want to be that guy. I want to be able to do what I like to do and just make it like very, very high quality, well produced, and just do it myself. I don't want to have to pay people. This guy can do it himself. Why can't I? You know, that was my inspiration. So I started my channel and I did the videos I did. That's why I started with Nerf gun stuff. That's basically why I did that, in case some of you were ever wondering, like, what is this? That's where it came from. In fact, the whole reason I actually collected Nerf guns was because of that guy. I just found his videos one day and I was like, wow, I should get a Nerf gun. And then that guy is the whole reason I exist on this channel, or this platform, I mean. So, you know, I just wanted to say that. And then the box fan stuff, it turned more over because I used to watch a lot of Bo Mitchell and Tori the Fan Man. That's what I grew up on, Bo mostly, and Tori. I didn't know about Jordan for a long time. Not until like 2020, then I found his channel. I know, it took a while. I don't know how, I just magically never found it. And I saw his videos and I'm like, because that was at the time that I was doing repair stuff for a while. And I was like, you know, I was still stumbling across weird stuff, like trying to change a fuse in one of the like newer box fans. And I was like, how do I do this? And Jordan I think even to this day, has still some of the most unique videos ever for this community, because he's still done stuff I don't really see other people do, you know? So it's like, he was the only one that did the fuse changing thing. That's how I learned how to do it. I basically credit him for that. So Jordan, you did that. I'm like, I thought his videos were cool. They were very helpful. And I was like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, this is really cool, you know? So it's like, my channel already was existing at that point. So I was watching this Jordan U, right? And I was like obtaining information and like studying. And I was like, but it was just weird because it was like going against what I was growing up with the high quality from the Nerf gun guy. So I was like, this is just weird. So it's just like, it just feels like odd. But then it was like kind of like at home, because I also grew up on the fan stuff. So it was like, it was weird, like mixed feelings. Like, why is this guy not editing his videos? But at the same time, I was like, yeah, but I don't really care. Yeah, I don't know what, like, it was just weird. So when I was progressing as a box fan, I guess now, YouTuber, the Nerf gun stuff died on this channel. But when I was progressing, I was like, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to take, you know, I want to do like Jordan U style and fix fans, because there's a lot of people that just make fan videos. Like Bo Mitchell doesn't do fan repairs. He just does whatever. So it's like, I was doing that first. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do fan videos. I'll do my repairs off camera. Then I'm like, why would I ever do that? Do the repairs on camera. So then I did that, right? So that's what I did. So I was like, okay, how can I do the repairs like Jordan U? Like and I mean that like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean that like in a way of, he will take any fan apart to the bare bones to fix the most tiny, minute thing. It could be a modern piece of crap, $20 Walmart fan, and I God bless him, he takes the fan apart to like the nitty gritty, to like the bearings, to fix one small thing, like one winding and one fuse and one thing for some crappy Walmart fan. And I'm like, how does he do that? Like, I would just throw it out at that point. You know, I only work on the old stuff because I care about it. I think he actually does that because he thinks that, and I agree with him, that working on modern fans will help people that have the modern fans now. And I totally agree. That is perfectly fine. I already have no space. I'm not going to try to make videos that already exist. What am I going to do? Take a modern box fan and do all the stuff he already did? Like, I'm not contributing anything. You know, and I personally don't care, so I have to force myself to do it, and then that's just, the video quality will just get worse, because I'll be like, no personality, I'll be not funny in the video, and it's like, who cares? Every time, every video, that freezer. So yeah, I wanted to take the videos like, all right, I'm going to repair stuff. I want to get to the nitty gritty, like Jordan U, right? I want to get to that, you know, inside the motor as far as I can go with the vintage box fans this time. But how can I do it with the quality of that Nerf gun guy that I was talking about, Coop 772? Like, how can I have high quality production like the Super Fan Man, right? He's another one, very good production, but I mean, I don't know, I have to look at his channel again, but I think he mostly does just regular videos, not necessarily repair. I've seen repairs on his channel, but like Jordan U's mostly repair and then sometimes videos. It's like, how can I get to like the mostly repair side, but have the quality of like, let's say the Super Fan Man or Coop 772? How can I capture that quality and then mix it with this? Because that was unique, and it still is at this time. I don't know of anyone else that did this I mean, there's one guy, Ceiling Fan Rescue. He very, very good videos. He does ceiling fan repair stuff and whatever. Very good quality videos. So I have to give him credit too. But I mean production, like again, Coop 772. Like I think he just does like basic cuts or whatever. But it's just like, you see what I'm saying? Like I can kind of compare everyone and say, okay, here's what this guy does. Here's what this guy does. Here's what this guy does. Here's what the blah blah blah. Here's what I like with this person, this person, this person. How can I take all the qualities that I like and make it into one thing? Because that, I feel like, makes me unique, right? And I know some people are just like, well, just leave it raw. Leave it raw. And it's like, I do, but I feel like I capture a new audience that doesn't like that. There's people, and I go through Jordan Yu's channel and I watch, like, let's say I click on a longer video. Man, the comments, there's, some of them are like, oh, this is too long. You're too slow. No one wants to watch this. And it's like, those types of people, all those haters and like short attention span people, they can come to my channel where I make the cuts. You see what I'm saying? Like we kind of cover all bases with everyone's channels. If I just copy everyone else and do the same thing, I feel like I'm not attributing to anything. Now, of course, I know that sounds kind of crazy to say, you know, someone's gonna get mad in the comments, but I don't mean like copy, like we all do the same thing. I'm just saying, like, with my video style, how can I make it unique? Because I feel like I said, I can attract a different audience or a newer audience, people like me that grew up with higher quality content. Maybe there's people that didn't grow up with the 15-year-old, 14-year-old ceiling fan videos. I was lucky to grow up with both, but mostly the higher quality stuff, so I can get a taste of, you know, both. But there's some people that grow up with one, some people that have been there with one, and there's people that have grown up with the higher quality stuff, usually younger people. And there's people that have the attention span of -1, and they can't sit through more than 4 minutes of any video, you know? And I just feel like it depends. But it's like, it's either I gain the audience for raw video or I lose the audience for it, but I gain it with the higher quality production. It's like, I can't really have both. So it's like, now I'm debating, how can I have high quality, but without making so many cuts? And it's like, less editing, but higher quality. That's why I'm like second phone. Because the second phone, I can switch between cameras. It looks good and it's good quality, I think, you know, good production, without having to like cut things out of the video. That's what kind of what I mean. Because like, I'm not kidding. Like, and this phone's gonna save a lot of videos because like I said, when I'm blocking the camera with like my shoulder, right, when I'm working on a fan, I have to literally cut all that out because you can't even see what I'm doing. So when I keep it I cut it out. And then it's like you miss out on what's going on. Whereas instead of cutting, or I can just cut that out, and then if that camera's recording over there, I can just put that footage where that is, and then I'm good to go. That's partially the reason. Now, for my editing, you know, that's the inspiration side. That's done. But I still have to do some cuts. I sometimes get interrupted by people. That's going to happen. Sometimes I gotta get up, use the bathroom. There's some cuts have to be made. Some things are gonna have to happen. And usually when I get interrupted by people, I just stop recording. I just wait for the distraction to be done. And then when the distraction's done, I go back to recording and go back to working on the fan. So that way I don't mismatch. I want them at the same page. So I'm very aware of that. You know, I'd be kind of an idiot to stop recording, work on the fan during distractions or whatever. Or sometimes there's like a really long, tedious process that I'm not going to put on camera. I'm not going to argue about it. Like, if I got to get a bunch of screws out or I got to sand hardware for a fan, I'm not going to put that in. Who cares? Like, I'll show you guys how I sand it, and then once I do like 1 or 2, then I'm going to cut, and then when they're all done, like, all right, I finished them all. Like, no one wants this. No one wants to watch me sand bolts and screws when there's 8 and 16 of them. Over and over and over and over again, and it's just like, okay, I know those people are gonna just skip, and they're gonna say, okay, let me just skip to the end. You know, I don't know. I don't think anyone would sit through like super repetitive stuff. I can understand, like when I'm working on a fan, maybe I walk away to grab a drill bit and walk back. I can understand people probably sit through that and say, okay, I like that because it's not as, you know, maybe my videos are too fast paced. So I'm like, okay, how can I slow it down without making it like, because I want to watch my videos too, and I can't stand it when I watch stuff and it's just like the same thing over and over. You know, whatever. But also sometimes I can do like cool editing tricks. I don't think anyone cares about this, but I'll talk about it anyway. Like there was one video, I think it's the spring 2025 ceiling fan video. It's on this channel. Good video actually, if you want to watch it. I was putting up some ceiling fan, and I did a thing where I clapped my hands, and then the fan was, I think I was taking like the mounting bracket off or something, and I was like, all right guys, we're gonna remove the mounting bracket. And when I did that, in editing, like cut perfectly on the clap, and then the thing disappeared. I was like, see, magic. And isn't that cool? Like, that's the type of stuff I was talking about. Like that Coop 772 guy, that Nerf gun guy I was talking about, he did that. He always did all the magic tricks with the editing. Like, I thought that was so cool. I was like, how did he do that? When you're a little kid, you're like, wow, how did he do that? So I was like, how can I do cool things like that I don't see any other box fan YouTuber do? Where they clap their hands and something disappears. Magic, you know? Like, stuff like that. Like, I want to incorporate things that I grew up with, things that I learned, things that I saw, my inspirations, and I want to bring them to this community and bring new things to the table because I don't want to be repetitive, you know? And there's pros and cons to that. You know, we could talk about it in the comments, but that's just what I'm thinking with that. That's editing. I'm going to stop talking about it because how long is this? Yeah, 41 minutes. See what I mean? Like, how is that 41 minutes? I didn't even say anything. All right, don't worry. The rest of this is fast. Quick thing. So every year I usually get a fan for my birthday. That's not going to happen this year. I don't have the room, don't have the space, don't care. So that means the videos are going to slow down because usually things will pick up a little bit after my birthday, which is tomorrow, by the way. So I might even upload this on my birthday because of the editing. We'll see how long it takes. Two last things before I end this. Montage? Yeah, the montage this year is probably going to be kind of short. I'm not sure what I meant when I wrote that. I think I meant to say that the montage is going to be kind of small, and it's because, and this kind of ties into my second one, so I'll just put this over here. The videos are going to slow down for the rest of 2025, and I'm probably going to try and take a break, and I don't know how long it's going to take or what's going to happen. You may not see me for 6 months, I don't know. I'm going to just finish recording, like my champion still needs to be fixed. I got to do that, make it a video real quick. Whatever is left, I'm just going to finish it. Whatever's left. Montage will be released when it does, and then after that, 2026 might be a dud, I don't know. So I say that, but things usually change. And I said that in 2024, and then all the stuff you see in the background happened. So I got lucky. Praise God. But that's basically that. There's all my points. Like I said, things are going to slow down for the rest of this year. Stuff will still be released, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to try to take things slow and get things out, and then when they're out, that's it. I don't know how long. I'm going to just take a break from videos for a little while, and that's going to be that. And hopefully people will remember me when I come back, but we'll see. Stand the test of time. So that's that. This was a video for explaining, you know, what was going on in the last one, talking about the Jordan U video, kind of responding to that, and my last one, talking about what's going to happen, and the phone thing, and all of, like, just basically like news, channel news, what's going to happen, what has happened. Because between the last video and this video, I just been kind of, I took a couple days off, but I've been planning here and there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to talk about this. And then, you know, so whatever. I'm going to put, if you guys want, I'll put the iPhone acquiring video right now when I'm done talking, and then I'll put the outro after that. Of course, there's got to be wind noise. Alright, so I decided I'm going to do this today, and I'll explain why later on in the video, but for now, I'm going to go and try and do this. I'm trying to vlog it because I think it would be kind of cool. Switch up the video style a little bit for this one, you know. The past videos have all been kind of the same. I really hope this wind noise isn't going to ruin the video. I will be so mad. That means some more work I got to do later, but yeah. I've debated for a while about this, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. I think I'm going to try and get this phone regardless, because I think there's videos that I could do that are not for the channel, just like for like family stuff. And I think that this would be, I can do actually a lot with that. And again, I'll explain more in detail later, but for now, I'm gonna try and do this today. My birthday's actually coming up, so this is kind of like a birthday gift to myself. So I kind of need this. I kind of need to do this now because I have a lot of things I'm gonna try and do, and obviously I have a lot that I need to talk about and explain in the video. Because the last video was kind of crazy, so I'll have to talk more about it. But for now, let's just focus on getting this phone. This is gonna be like a lot of money. I mean, I can afford it. It's no issue. I can buy this phone and still have a lot left over, but I don't know. It's just weird. I don't ever do this. But that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's once in a long while that I do something like this. But whatever.
And what is the name of it? Jeremy Webster.
I don't know if they're going to let me record in here, so I'm probably just not going to record this because I don't think they want me to, but... Alright. It's done. Phone acquired. Now, wow, it's really like dead in here today. Crazy. Look at JCPenney, just like the 47. I should bring it back there and say I need to get it fixed. Do you guys still do fan repairs? And they'll be like, what? We don't sell that here anymore. And yes, that actually was a thing. When I got my Pencrest 100 years ago, I still had the pamphlet in there because it was a new in box. And on the pamphlet it said that you can actually bring it to JCPenney and they'll actually do repairs on it. So actually fan repair was actually a thing back then. So even though I was joking, it was not really a joke. It actually was a thing back then. But it would still be funny if I did that today. That'd be hilarious. Like, sir, we sell clothes here. Yep. Here it is. All right, so I'm gonna open this. I don't know if those barcodes on the back have any information, so I am not gonna show them. It doesn't even feel like glass. Yay, paper. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Hold on, hold on. People will literally die over this part. No, don't switch. This is why I don't like my phone. Look at the switching the cameras. Yo. Yo, you can see me. Is this charged? Otherwise, I'm going to charge, because we're going to go to dinner, so I'm like, if it's not charged, I'll charge it right now while I'm gone. I got a second cable. Nice. I already have one, but I actually need another, so it's fine. Does it come with did they give us the sticker? Again, I'll explain why I'm doing all this. It feels weird because I recorded all that stuff yesterday, and then it's like, all right, I'm going to talk about it right now. And then obviously I already talked about the phone. But I wanted to share that. I thought that was kind of cool. And if you guys like that, and I'm like serious about this, if you guys like that type of stuff, let me know. I can try to do more vlog style stuff. I really would like to. I really want to play with the vlog style. I also grew up on content like that, vlog stuff. And I always thought, man, it would be cool to do stuff like that. But it's hard because I'm alone, so it's like, usually you go out with friends and you make it a video, but it's like I don't really have friends. So it's like, yeah. I know that's kind of depressing, but you know, gotta come at it hard. But yeah. That's basically that. I'm gonna end this video here. And if you guys enjoyed this, I hope someone actually sat and watched the whole thing. And we'll see what happens. Let me know if you guys watched the whole thing or not. I'm just curious. But if you made it this far, I gotta thank you. I just gotta thank you. If you actually sat through this whole thing, I gotta thank you. Like, that takes a lot. And it means a lot to me. Like I said, growing up, I didn't really get any encouragement for this. So like I said, when I was reading those comments, it was like a kind of a pat on the back, like, hey, like, maybe people care after all. Maybe it wasn't so bad. You know? And that kind of like made me realize like, all right, well, maybe there was people out there I just didn't hear it enough. And I think that causes burnout on a person. When you're doing stuff and you feel like you're working towards or for something and you don't get any results of any kind, and it's just kind of like you feel like you're doing it for nothing. And that's why it mounted to the video last time. And I think just the comments and also whatever, I think the encouragement was kind of all I needed. It was the medicine I didn't know I needed, but now I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, I think I needed this. So thank you again. If you commented in the last video, thank you again. I read it. I will reply. I'm going to reply to every single one. Thank you again. I never thought I'd even be saying that, honestly. I never thought 500 subscribers, I didn't even think I'd make it this far. I didn't think I would be even saying thank you to anyone. Honestly, I know I'm not trying to be depressing, I'm being serious. I didn't think I'd be saying thank you. I never thought I'd say that. Like, oh, thank you guys. Like, you know, I'm so used to just being nothing that I didn't think I was going to ever thank anything. But I was taken by surprise. So God has blessed me with all of you guys, and I thank him for that. And I thank you guys for being here. And I'm going to pull through. We're going to get this figured out. And that's what's going to happen with the channel. Please make a comment of your thoughts with this video. What do you agree? What do you disagree with? You know, tell me about it in the comments. I want to know. I want to hear. You know, you guys are the ones that watch the videos, so let me know. You know, keep me updated on what you think. And we'll go from there. So I was trying to keep this video short, but I guess I don't care anymore. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys in the next one.